Greetings, brothers and sisters.
Listen.
This is Brother Kyle. Just giving honor to the Most High, the Holy Spirit, and His Son, thanking Him for His blood that He shed for us, all the way up into obedience. So on this beautiful Sabbath, we just want to give some praises to the Most High. And we just gonna rock out for a little bit, y'all. So let's just rock out for a little bit.
Let's continue to be a strong nation for the Most High. You gotta get this truth out there. Wake up the lost shit. I'm kneeling down with my eyes closed and hands up, facing the east towards Jerusalem. Stand up. Destroy the body, but my soul is what you can't touch. If you're abandoned the Most High, then you won't definitely stand much of a chance in advance. You should stop. If it wasn't for a son, then you'd be judged on the spot. Find a place where there's an abundance of scriptures you can drop. The water are higher by Hashem, the Shire of a rock. Look in book Matthew chapter 6 verse 9. Precept that with Proverbs 28:9. Through the Mashiach is all the salvation you can find. He gon' be the one leading us to the kingdom when it's time. I'm on the front lines with my sword, putting work in. I study day and night, feeding the soul. Books open, staying strong, ready to hit the scriptures when it's needed. Putting in the work till the adversary is defeated. Whenever I see the state of Israel, I still cry. Even if I gotta face death, I'ma still ride. If you don't know your purpose in life, just examine in Ecclesiastes 12:13 is what we live by. If I despise the Father by what I'm told, He would definitely put an end to my body and my soul. No doubt the Heavenly Father's in control, and it's best for me to walk it if I higher pick the road. Cause if death be the curse, life is what I chose. And as cruel as it might seem, Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 19. Mike Dean, keep in mind Romans 9:1-5. Don't try to focus on His ways, why He made it. Verse 8 chapter 55 in Isaiah. Just continue doing the work for the haters. Continue sending prayers. This is Barak Napar seeking favor. I just want to give all praises to the Most High, way we show our love and remembering the oath by 1 John 5:3. Just doing His will and not taking in vain the holy name He instilled. I just want to give all praises to the Most High, way we show our love and remembering the oath by 1 John 5:3. Just doing His will and not taking in vain the holy name He instilled.
Cazah envision, Shema I want my affliction, being heard my petition. Forgiveness, I hope He listens. My angel bear my face, I can't see Him, but He witness. Every time I fall, then I crawl, then I walk, then I run again this race. I'm just learning how to pace. And those times I let you down, I kept falling on my face. Tears run down my face. I can't end up in haze, wandering 7 ways of the day of judgment day. Coal and brimstone, the thought sends shivers to my bones. So I concentrate my spirit on delivering us home. Our adversary roams like a roaring lion, trying to disturb our zone, which is Zion. Shabbat Shalom, that's what I flee to, and what I cleave to is beholding salvation in that hour of temptation, keeping the temple vacant from demons trying to lead us down the wrong path. We know it's all rap, falling back in the water, leaving it all in the past. Take the bright and shining armor, at first heavy, then it's light like shoulder pads. At the scrimmage line, ready to contest the heady, high-minded and truce breakers, boasters, soothsayers come at us like newspapers, force accusing these last days, verbal abusers. But this ain't a people of strange speech or hard language, but a people of the same seed with heart damage. My soul shall be satisfied with the marrow and fatness, and my mouth shall praise Thee higher with all gladness. The truth is righteousness in this increase in madness. Broad versus the narrow path, keeping your commandments is how we keep your oath, and haste not in loaf. Oh, Lamar now a ha'amath wa a thun now a ba higher ba Shem Yeshire walk. Lamar now a ha'amath wa a thun now a ba higher ba Shem Yeshire walk.
I just want to give all praises to the Most High, way we show our love and remembering the oath by 1 John 5:3. Just doing His will.
I just want to give all praises to the Most High. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Let's just give the Most High some praises. Yes. Greetings to the Israelites and the Gentiles. Today we'll be going over the commandments we can follow and touching the other books that have the testimony of Yeshua the Christ. One would be the well-known Holy Bible, Exodus 20, Secondly, the Book of Mormon, another testament of Yeshua the Christ when he came to the Americas. That's North America, South America, Central America. Thirdly, the Apocrypha, or the lost books, so-called, by theologians and collegiate professors. So let's start at Exodus 20, verses 1 through 20. Or we may stop at 18. And God spake all these words, verse 1, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, and out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me, and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor, and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy maidservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle. It's manservant. Nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is in thy neighbor's. And all the people saw the thunderings, and all the people saw the thunderings, the lightnings, and the noise of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not God speak with us, lest we die. Saints, the most important thing is we cannot stand afar off. When we remove ourselves from God's commandments and remove ourselves from his laws, we are standing afar off. Let's go into this standing afar off. And how do we stand afar off? Well, we just said we stand afar off when we are not following his commandments. And when we're standing afar off, what is actually happening when we're standing afar off? Let's go to the Book of Mormon, 2nd Nephi, verse 25, chapter 27. It says, For as much as this people draw near unto me with their mouth, and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their hearts far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precepts of men. We can find a precept to this in Matthew 15, 8 and 9. Let's go to it. Matthew 15, 8 and 9. Matthew 15, 8 and 9. This people draweth near unto me with their mouth, and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. What are these commandments of men that we practice? We practice in Easter. We're practicing Christmas. We're practicing things outside God's commandments, and some of these days falling on the Sabbath day. How dare we say we want to have a relationship with the Most High, and we say that we love the Most High and we love Christ, but we don't follow his commandments. We, or whomever is doing this or does this, is standing far off from him. How else do we stand far off from him? Another thing that we do that we stand far off from him is there's dietary laws. Running around here eating pork chops, fat, greasy, grizzle, pork rinds, bacon, crab legs, lobster. Come on, y'all. These are crustaceans. They are bottom feeders of the ocean. They eat parasites, worms. And you wonder why your legs swell up, your arms swell up, your ankles swell up. But you know what? The Most High said we have to prove all things. So let's prove all things in Sirach, starting in chapter 37, verse 27. Because when we follow these commandments, we are drawing near to God, y'all. When we follow these commandments, our prayers will be answered, y'all. So let's start in Sirach 37, verse 27. My child, test yourself while you live. See what is bad for you and do not give in to it. For not everything is good for everyone, and no one enjoys everything. Do not be greedy for every delicacy, and do not eat without restraint. For overeating brings sickness, and gluttony leads to nausea. Many have died. What does it say? Many have died of gluttony, but the one who guards against it prolongs his life. And see, we do these things operating outside of his commandments, and we get caught in these snares, these traps made by men. The precepts and the traditions of men at that. So we're going to read and start in Sirach 38, because when you get sick, it's going to lead you to somewhere. So let's see where it's going to lead you to. Now it says in Sirach 38, starting in verse 1, honor physicians for their services, for the Lord created them. For their gift of healing comes from the Most High, and they are rewarded by the King. The skill of the physicians makes them distinguished, and in the presence of the great they are admired. The Lord created medicines out of the earth. The Lord created medicines out of the earth, and the sensible will not despise them. Was not water made sweet with a tree in order that its power might be known? And he gave skill to human beings, that he might be glorified in his marvelous works. By them the physician heals and takes away pain. The pharmacist makes a mixture from them. God's work will never be finished, and from him help spreads all over the earth. My child, when you are ill, do not delay, but pray to the Lord, and he will heal you. Do what? But pray to the Lord, and he will heal you. Do what again? But pray to the Lord, and he will heal you. Give up your faults and direct your hands rightly, and cleanse your heart from all sin. What? And cleanse your heart from all sin. For how many of you all know that where sin abounds, grace abounds much more? But if you do sin, you need that law to teach you what is sin and how to live rightly. Offer a sweet smelling sacrifice and a memorial portion of choice flour, and pour oil on your offering as much as you can afford. Then give the physician his place, for the Lord created him. Do not let him leave you, for you need him. There may come a time when recovery lies in the hands of physicians, for they too pray to the Lord that he grant them success in diagnosis and in healing for the sake of preserving life. He who sins against his maker will be defiant towards the physician? It says he who sins against his maker will be defiant towards the physician?
Call from
How
Cazah.
many times do we see this where people have been defiant towards the physician? The physician done told them, hey, look, y'all, stop. I need you to eat healthy foods. You want to eat more green leaves. You want to eat more things that's more healthy. Don't drink Coke and all that stuff. Don't eat a lot of sugars. But yet they go buy a bag of gummy bears. Yeah, they go into the store, they're going to go buy a bag of Skittles. Hey, y'all, I used to be there. The Most High set me free. I'm free of that. But I'm just saying, it says this here, he who sins against his maker will be defiant towards the physician. So we have to keep these commandments, y'all. We have to follow his law the best we can by his grace. We have to. We're going into John 14:12. Most High, the Holy Spirit is leading me here. It says, he who believes in me, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also. And greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father, the Most High, may be glorified in the Son. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. And if you love me, keep my commandments. Now we're going to go to a story in Matthew 12 in regards to what Christ did and how he keeps his promises. Matthew 12. We're going to read Matthew 12, verses 1 through 13. At that time, Jesus went on the Sabbath day through the corn, and his disciples were hungered and began to pluck the ears of the corn and to eat. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Sabbath day. But he said unto them, have ye not read what David did when he was an hungered, and they that were with him, how he entered into the house of God and did eat the showbread, which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for them which were with him, but only for the priest? Or have ye not read in the law how that on the Sabbath days the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are blameless? But I say unto you, that in this place is one greater than the temple. But if ye had known what this meaneth, I will have mercy and not sacrifice, ye would not have condemned the guiltless. For the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath day. And when he was departed thence, he went into their synagogue. And behold, there was a man which had his hand withered. And they asked him, saying, is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath days? And they did this that they might accuse him. And he said unto them, what man shall there be among you that shall have one sheep, and if it fall into a pit on the Sabbath day, will he not lay hold on it and lift it out? How much then is a man better than a sheep? Wherefore is it lawful to do well on the Sabbath days? Then said he to the man, stretch forth thy hand. And he stretched it forth, and it was restored whole. And he stretched it forth, and it was restored whole. And he stretched it forth, and it was restored whole, like as the other. You see, when you don't come into the commandments, you are standing afar off from him. You are not reaching out to him. You are not seeking him. you are not desiring and meditating on his law and his commandments, you are standing afar off from him. You are beginning to slide into the precepts of men. So finally, my brothers and sisters, I leave with you Deuteronomy 4:39 through 40. Know therefore this day, and consider it in thine heart, that the Lord, he is the most high in heaven above, and upon the earth beneath. There is none else. Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee, and with thy children after thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth, which the Lord, your most high, giveth thee forever. Blessings and peace. Love you, Gentiles and Israelites.